Hey,
Hey, what she doesn't
morning.
know.
Hey, shut up, you. Good morning. Anyway, good morning, everyone. This is me, Pat Benor, alongside my co-host, John Levy.
Sorry, I just woke up.
Yes. And, of course, my man, Mike Lauer on the other side. We, again, are live remote at Starbucks here.
We are at Starbucks. There's fans lined up.
Yes, around the corner.
Around the corner to watch.
Here we go.
Yes.
The Gobbler Inc. homeless show starts again.
Actually, we're live from Kensington Ave today.
Yes,
No, you're not. It's too beautiful. It's too beautiful to be from Kensington.
Yes.
There ain't no trees down there.
Yes. But anyway, nonetheless, we are live. So, let's jump right into this thing. Looked good, very, very good last night. However, we might have lost the war. Again, Harper goes down by his online buddy, Blake Snell. Blake Snell pops him in the hand by accident, pops him in the thumb. He's out indefinite. So now the Phillies have a big, giant hole in their boat, and this might be time for them to just sink this season. But I'm not giving up yet.
I'm calling it now. The season is done.
Well, there you go. They might go to the World Series now.
Thank you. That's all I need to hear.
This is actually a devastating loss. It's over.
Oh, great. So, like I said, last night, Zach Eflin versus Blake Snell. Blake Snell was 0-4 prior of heading to the last night's game. But, again, a lot of good defense, believe it or not, from Reese and that new guy, Menzu. I forget how to say his name. Menzus. He played third last night. But, again, he played second. A lot of good stuff, though, defensively. Matt Verling dropped that big play in the center base where it went off. Very catchable, but he lost control. The Padres came up to tie it. No, they were just under 3. It was 3-2 at that point. And then, again, Alec Boehm hits that double, puts it in. But, guys, how about JT Realmuto?
Yeah. Everybody was ready to ship him out of town about a week ago, right? Oh, JT's done. Man, listen, it's the ebb and flows of baseball, man. And that Harper injury, I don't think it's going to be as big as people make it out to be. I mean, he was stroking the bat really good. But if you take a look over his last few games, he's been kind of hit or miss too. So, another thing too is Segura is not that far away from coming back too. So you're going to get another guy who's hitting the ball coming back. You can't lose a Bryce. Losing a Bryce Harper is big,
devastating.
But
that's like 80% of your offense, right?
Going forward, but these other guys got to step up now. Schwarber's got to step up.
They got to step up, but that's the key. Are they going to step up? That's
that's why you paid them the money to be here.
Yeah. I honestly just think losing Harper, it's
yeah, but it's not doom and
gloom. They don't play well when Harper's not there. They feed off of Harper.
Yes, and Dad Rose Sports checking in. I think this is my man, the John. He says the Great Leap has spoken. They are going to go on a run now. I totally agree.
Pat, by the way, I ordered you your binky. I ordered you your scared dog, your teddy bear, because I heard you Thursday night over on EOP, and oh my God, man, you guys, I felt so bad. I was ready to send a care package to you guys because you guys were so worried about the Phillies. Listen, the pitching's been holding up. I think what I'm starting to see with Rob Thompson is he's starting to give these bullpen guys their assignments. Like, you know how, Girardi would just throw anybody in there. You know what I mean? Now you're starting to see guys are getting assignments. Like Hand's getting like 8th inning. I love the fact that they're moving Sir Anthony back to the back to the 9th inning. So
yes.
I love it. I think it's starting to take shape. Anybody who thought the Phillies were just going to come out and just start raking and killing everything, you had to let them. It's going to take time for them to build cohesiveness as a team. They're starting to hit that.
You're right, and like I said, first of all, good morning to Dave Arnold. You can check him on Passing That Finesse every morning, 9 a.m. And again, but back to your point, like you said, the assignments are important. And like you're saying, you're starting to see what he is. He's starting to respond. And listen, believe it or not, JT Realmuto has been hitting the ball well. He's been coming
since they got
along.
out on this West Coast, when they left, as soon as they got out there, man, he started hitting. Like he's already got what 2 or 3 home runs in this series.
Yeah, and
So,
last night was a second decker. He hit the second deck last night. Beautiful. The night before, he drove in 2 runs, I believe, of 3 RBIs. So again, he's starting to crush the ball a little bit. They said he's been coming to the ballpark earlier, getting his swings on. So again, he's practicing. He's practicing his hits. Maybe he wasn't doing that before. Obviously, he needs work, and he's
him and Alec Bohm too. Alec Bohm's been coming in. He's been coming in. There was like a handful of Phillies that, you heard that were coming in when they were here, getting their extra work in. Bohm was one of them. Realmuto was one of them. I think Verling was another one that was getting some extra work in. So it's good to see, man. Camargo's been trying to stay sharp. So
yes,
I'm really look, it's taking shape, man. Like I said, you were all on that New York Big Apple train there, Pat. And both me and John had to tell you, I told you to calm down about the Mets. I told you they're going to fall back. The Mets are going to do Mets things. I don't care who's there. It's the New York Mets.
But and to argue to have that argument though, we're 9 games out. I mean, we're gaining no ground. The best thing we can do now, like I said, forget about the division. That's going to be chalked up to the Mets or the Braves. Forget it.
They got to play for.
Why is it? Why?
Yes,
hold on, time out. Why is it? Why
because we're 9 games out. Every time we win, they win. Every time we lose, they lose. So again,
it's 9 games before the All-Star break, and you're talking about chalk up the division. No, stop. Go away with that crap.
This ain't a Hollywood movie. This is reality. This ain't gonna happen.
And the reality is, who's choked away more divisions?
The Mets.
New York Mets.
John Lee likes to choke.
Yeah,
oh well.
Something else. Apple pie. But
and you keep quiet about that. You keep quiet, okay? I've heard enough of it yesterday.
But I'm just saying, Pat, say that to me in September. If they're 9 games back in September, then yeah, I'll agree with you. That's kind of rough to catch in a month. 4 months or 3 months left to go in the season, they can catch 9 games. The Mets already
they can't worry about the other teams. They just got to play each game.
Yeah, exactly.
And they got to worry about try to win who they're playing. They can't worry about how many games they're out or whatever. They just got to continue to play. And like I said, I just think it's going to be hard because this team in history, since Harper's been here, they feed off of when Harper's here. So
yes,
I think it's going to be.
Yes and no. I mean, because they had him in the lineup the other day and they got waffled. But to your point, though,
they lost 1-0. They lost 1-0 the other day.
Well, which is not bad. But like you said, to your point, though, last week, and you made an excellent point, though, is this a team that you can build for a wild card, or in your case, the possible division, or this is a good team where you can start selling things? JT's starting to come along.
No, they're not going to sell this year. I mean, anybody who thinks no,
I would start thinking about it,
and that's why you're not a GM.
Right?
Why would you start selling pieces now? You don't have the pieces in your farm system to bring up. Logan O'Hoppy's he was tearing up the ball in AA, but since he's gotten to AAA, it's kind of cooled off a little bit.
Yes. Good morning to you, Paul Spencer. You can check Paul Spencer on Out of Box Podcast. Check him out Wednesday night with Matt Klein, TOP, every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Sorry. And yes, Wednesdays at 9 p.m. with Out of Box, with talking Weed and Boys 215, great Cowboy show. They're not homers.
He also does Inside the Ring too.
Inside the Ring.
Fight Club.
Yeah, Fight Club on Tuesday nights. So again, but back to the Phils here.
Yeah, the thing I love you, Pat, but you want to sell everything off. You want to start from scrap. You got to give it time.
Sell? Why?
Why would you
want to sell?
And then start over again?
Yeah, for what?
I mean, look,
they're not going to get no pieces. They're not going to listen. JT's got a big contract. You're not going to get much.
The only thing I still said I would do if they can get a pitcher for Reese, I'd do that.
Yeah, that would be something because that's having Reese is having abundance of riches. You could trade Reese and get a nice bullpen arm and maybe a young starting pitcher for Reese,
or get a top starter possible.
But why would
you're not going to get a top starter. You're going to get a middle line starter.
Because they need another.
But I would trade on if JT's coming on, Trade JT.
No.
Who do you have behind him? Who do you have behind him, Pat?
Catcher in baseball.
Yeah, but Bryce is one of the best. You got Matt
Oh,
Verlander.
my
Who
God,
do you
stop.
have behind him? You have
what's it,
nobody
that kid's-
behind
that
him.
kid's stout.
No. You got Marchand, who's in AAA. You got Logan O'Hop, who got called up to AAA. Neither one of them guys are ready for the majors. If they were ready for the majors, JT would be moved. They would have moved him already.
Yeah,
Problem is, you can't move his
don't trade
contract.
JT.
You're not going to trade him right now, man. The best bet is to wait maybe wait a year or two, then you can trade him. But
Right.
you can't
Well,
trade
and
him
like
now.
I said, I might be, like I said, I know I'm in the minority here of one, so I know you guys want to see.
But this is another season with Harper that we're not
Wasted.
going to win anything.
Well, it's not going
Again,
to.
you guys are calling this way too short. Way too short. You guys are
So
giving.
you want to see this play out?
Yeah. How did we know that the Phillies don't go on a tear? Without him. Like, they may lose some games, but they may win. Like, stop and think about it, dude. Today's like, their 30th game since Robbie took over? Dude, he's like almost like what? Like 20 and he's like 21-9?
I'll give you your deal here. I'll give you your deal that Harper, I'm not sorry, Harper, this team, the bullpen has been a lot better than it was last year. I'll give you that.
What's up, Stevie?
Stevie from B-Town checking in. What's up, Stevie? So, and again, here goes our man, Shaw Killerain, part of the Sully squad. He goes, what's up, guys? Have you seen Stubbs? You ready? You need to give JT go to rest. No, well,
Pat, you need to get out of the sun, bro, because you can't see.
Yeah. Well, the sun is glaring here.
Right now, see, look, this is a great right here, Devereaux, right here. You don't sell with a $200 million payroll. He's right. You have a $200 million payroll. You stick to what you got, and you try to add more pieces to it.
Right, like I said, that's why I'm chalking this up to the wild card. You know what I mean? I'm chalking, like I said.
But again, you guys are killing me with this. We're going to chalk it up to the wild card. Like, how do you know it's going to be the wild card? Like, dude, they play the Braves starting tomorrow.
Oh man! Again,
it's here.
That's good. That's good. That's what you want to see. You want to see them get battle tested.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, they have. Listen, all they got to do is start winning series. That's it. Everything's going to fall where it may. But I'm telling you, the Mets are going to be out of first place by, I'd say, probably by the middle of July.
Well, to shift gears here a little bit, you were talking to our man Nate Miller on Thursday night. Great show, great interview you had. Nate Miller covers the Texans down in
the Rangers,
down in Big Town. However, this here, Gibson versus Darvish. Gibson has been a little bit struggling, and I asked the question: Is he a 3 at best 4? And he said the same, maybe 3 or 4. But today,
no, he said he could be as high as a 2.
Right, but today is a big challenge because today he's got Darvish going against you, Darvish, and Kyle Gibson, has been struggling these past few games. Now he's starting out a little sluggish. What do you see?
You keep blocking John's face out. That's
not
right. That's so not right. You're going like this, and poor John. All you see is your hand over John's face.
Well, John likes my hand in other places, but no.
Listen, the one thing though, getting back to what Nate said was he went and saw that game, and he said that Gibson pitched a pretty good game. You know what I mean? Gibson's been staying in there. Like, he gives you about 5 innings. Around the 5th inning is when he starts to get a little. If he gives up 1 run, to that lineup. That Padre lineup, within 5, you'll take it,
Yeah, same. Bryce has a fractured thumb. Let's see where they go.
You're looking at 6 to 8 weeks, man. 6 to 8 weeks without Bryce.
So that means someone from the bench has got to step up. Somebody
it's not just the bench, dude. It's the whole team.
The whole team has to step up.
Yeah, they got to step up. But like I said, there's a silver lining in that is because you're actually getting a hitter coming back soon. In Segura. So you're going to get some offense back.
Yeah, but Segura, even though Segura is coming back, he's going to be rusty at first. It's not like he's going to come back and start hitting.
No, he's not going to come right from his injury. I mean, of course he's going to have a rehab assignment.
Yeah.
They're all going to have Bryce is going to have a rehab assignment when he's ready to come back. So what I'm saying, the rehab assignment is what gets you ready to come back.
Right. So
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you expect to see against Gibson versus Darvish? I mean, Darvish.
I think it's going to be a good pitching matchup. I really do. It all depends on the Phillies bats, man. If the Phillies, like Darvish can be hit.
Yeah.
Like he's like night and day. Like when he's on the road, he's pretty like, but when he's at home, man, he's pretty dominant. So the key to him to jumping on him is you got to get on him early. It's kind of like Maddox used to be. Greg Maddox. If you jumped on Greg Maddox early, you could knock him out of the game. And that's what the Phillies got to do today. They got to jump on him early.
But the devil's advocate to all that is same thing with Gibson. Same thing. Lately, Gibson's been kind of the same player, and it's kind of evenly matched. Well, Darvish is a 7-3. He's got a 3.17 ERA, and he's got 66 Ks. 66 Ks. The same thing with Gibson.
So then what's that tell you? Hugh Darvish is a mainline pitcher. He's been a mainline pitcher for how long? Like at least 5-6 years now, right? He's been a top tier pitcher, and Kyle Gibson got the same amount of strikeouts as him. Tells you how good Kyle Gibson is.
Right, and exactly Kyle Gibson's
Mickey Moniak's being called up. Yep.
Yes, again.
The Mick is coming back.
Yes, and I like it. I like it
too because you know what? You can put him in center field. You can play Odubel in left. You can make Schwarber your DH, or you can switch off with him and Castellanos. You can give them guys breaks now. So it kind of opens it up. And I like the kid that they picked up too.
And here goes our man Gus from the Attacking 30. Catch him every Tuesday night. And by the way, congratulations, Gus, on having a baby boy. Mike, we are used to the Phillies stepping up when we need them to. You sound very sure here. Anything can happen, but a wild card is a realistic goal for us.
I agree with Gus in his overall outlook, but you got to look at the timing. That's what I'm saying.
Yes. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Look,
you can't come in the end of June and say our best bet's to make the wild card. Too much baseball left. You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Look, we're just about halfway through the baseball season.
Right. You still got a whole season ahead to play. Like you can't just be like, oh well, they're going to do this. And to answer Gus's question, when was the last time you saw a Phillies team win 21 out of 30 games? You haven't. Gabe Kapler didn't do it. Girardi didn't do it.
Not since the 08 run.
Right, exactly. So there's my build right there. He said, when's the last time you've seen it? We haven't seen it. So this is what's giving you hope that they can go out and do this. And they haven't done it against chump teams.
No.
Dude, I'm pushing for the wild card because we haven't made the playoffs in 11 years. So I'll take the wild card.
Well, listen, we'll take any way to get invited to the dance. I understand that. But to sit there and say that right now,
the Mets in history have collapsed. So, I mean, we have that positive outlook, but you can't count. They just got to focus on who they're playing and not worry about what
I'm saying is there's opportunities there to make up ground on people.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Like, you make it seem like 9 games is an insurmountable lead. It's not in June.
So they took 2 out of 3 so far from the Padres. The Padres is a decent team out on the West Coast, first in the West Coast now. So we're taking games from them, which is good signs, which is great because we do play well on the West Coast, have you seen? But now, like you said, tomorrow it's back to reality of facing a divisional opponent that we've been struggling with.
I want you to take a look about something. Like you guys are talking about the wild card, right? Stop and think about something. Phillies are 4-3 against the Dodgers, so they got a winning record against the Dodgers head to head.
Yeah.
If they beat San Diego today, they're going to have a winning record against San Diego. Now that's the 2 best teams out of the West. They already got a winning record against Arizona.
Right, they're 2.5 games out of a wild card spot. That's why realistically, I will say, like I said, if we get past my expectations as wild card, if we can sell there and get, like you said, just into the dance, I'm fine. Because, like John said, it's been since 2012.
Yeah, but you guys, the way I'm hearing from you guys, this is like, that's the main goal is to get the wild card. No, man, the main goal is to win your division. Because you win your division, you get home field advantage.
Yes, and I totally agree with you. But, to me, the realistic thing, just being 9 games out from you starting in a hole behind, the Braves and the Mets, who who have your number. Now, like I said, if we go out and do if we face the Braves and we prove that we can, ding them up a little bit, then I start, obviously then the eye test starts to grow a little bit further.
Listen, they've only played the Braves in one series so far, and if it wasn't for the bullpen, the Phillies would have taken all three games. They would have swept all three games down there. So I'm not scared of the Braves. I think the Phillies match up well with the Braves. I think we match up well with the Mets. The Mets just caught us. All of our games against them was just early on in the season. You know what I mean? When we were still having all our new pieces, still trying to gel as a team. So that's the only reason why I don't think – if you go back and look at all those Phillies-Mets games, do you really think the Mets really, really outplayed us? No, we beat ourselves in half that game.
I totally agree. Our bullpen –
That's why I'm not worried about that. Like, you got to have a little bit of faith in your team, man. And, like, you guys are just looking at it like we just want to get there. I mean, yeah, every Phillies fan wants them to make the playoffs, but I would rather them make it as a division winner and not that third wild card, because that third wild card's got to go to the second wild card and play one game playoff. Then 2 days later, they got to get on a plane, fly to the least division or the best division winner, and play them. So you're looking at a team going right on the road for 3 games. That's bad.
Well, to me, they had their struggles at home against divisional opponents. So, but like I said, we've noticed they've been playing really, really well on the road. So it might be best for them to play a wild card if they got to go.
Pat, you're not going to be able to do it. Like that's an impossible mission. Like that's a dummy mission. It really is. Like you look at it, you got to go. If say you make the 7th wild card, the 7th seed or whatever, the 3rd wild card, you got to play the 2nd wild card.
Right.
And if you're done playing the 2nd wild card, I believe you got to play the 1st wild card. And then
no. It's you play the wild card. It's top 5 teams. If you play number 4, if you play number 4, you go to their house. Then you play the best you play the number 1 seeded team. Once you play the number 1.
So, but I'm just saying, like, it's like the only guaranteed spot you would have is if you were to get the top wild card. If you get the top wild card, then you don't have to worry about that extra game. But if you finish 2nd or 3rd, you're only guaranteed 1 more game. So you're playing 163 instead of 162. I'm sorry, that's not something to jump around about.
No, but you coming from you're coming from 11 years out of the postseason. To me,
who cares? It's 1 game. It's 1 game.
Yeah, but at least you're showing to me you're made process.
No, that's not making progress. You're getting an extra game. You're getting an extra game. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Get into a series. You got to get to a series. One game is, to me, that's not a playoff. That's just an extra game.
I don't know. Man.
I agree with you, Mike, on that.
Thank you. It's an extra game. It don't mean nothing.
It's an extra game. It doesn't mean crap.
It's an extra game. Okay, big deal. Whoop-de-doo. We got to play.
They played an extra game.
We played 1 more game. You got your ass kicked and still got sent home in 163.
Yeah, that means nothing. That's not.
You got to get the number 1. If you want the wild card, and you're talking about the wild card, you don't want 5. You don't want 4. You want you want number 4.
Only 5 teams make it. So
it's 6. There's 3 wild cards this year.
Is there 3?
Yes.
I thought it was 5.
No, it's 3. No. You have 3 wild cards. You have 3 division winners, 3 wild cards. That's why I said 6 plays 5, and then 5 plays 4, and then the winner of that, then the only ones that are top seeds are the top 3 divisions. That's it.
Well, like I said, we'll see what happens going down the road here. Like I said, big game today for Kyle Gibson going against Yu Darvish.
Listen, if they leave out of there with a split, you'll be happy.
Full day of slate ahead. I mean, and it all starts like around 4:00, so you have plenty of time. If you're like me, like I'm going full commando right now. So after this, I'm going to go swimming.
Pat, time.
Yeah. Yes.
Nobody cares.
John cares. He's excited.
I don't really care.
John, go buy him an apple pie.
I don't.
But
I don't think the people at Starbucks care either. Well, maybe they do. But.
Yes. I'm hung like a tic-tac. But anyway,
you guys are gonna lose that remote.
Yes, real fast. We got a full slate of things. We got Phillies baseball, a big game. I know Gus and those guys will be checking a big Union game today. We have the Stanley. We have the Stanley Cup today at 8:00, which I really want to dive into here. Stanley Cup coming up.
I want to want Tampa to win tonight just so it can go
Yeah,
7.
Colorado wins tonight.
Shut up, mush. Well, actually, no. I'm glad you said that. Because I actually want Tampa to win tonight because I got a bet. I put a bet down that Colorado was going to win 4-3. So, and I like
Oh,
Tampa.
my gosh.
Tampa's at home tonight.
Did you watch that? Did you, Mike? I'm pretty sure you did. That game Friday night.
No. I fell out, bro. I fell out. I had a long day at work. I was watching the game, and by like second period, the game was watching me. I was rocked. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I heard it was pretty wild. Saw the highlights. So
that power play unit that they have, Kucherov, Karpari, and Stamkos, and to that's one thing that Colorado can't afford is to go in the penalty box against that power play unit.
Yeah, they got to play smart.
You're begging for a lose a point. That to me,
I just want to see Tampa tie the series, and then they got to go to Colorado, and everybody's going to be thinking 3-peat, and then the Avs just stab them in the heart.
Yes. It's look, it's going to be on the road too. I'm pretty sure they're going to have an answer. To me, though, I had at the beginning of this, Colorado I had Tampa Bay winning this, but after watching Colorado and play very well in those 2 games, I still have Colorado. It's not like they're getting blown out. Colorado is losing, maybe by a point here and there. To me, Colorado still has the better legs, still has, more to give. I mean, on all 4 lines, and that's something that Tampa Bay has to answer to. Like I said, they got a nice win at home. Like I said, one thing about Tampa Bay, though, with their backs against the wall, they'll answer the bell.
Well, that was a big thing. Like Tampa showed they can go to Colorado and win. With them going there in Game 5. But like I said, I think that momentum's going to carry over to tonight. Tampa's at home. I could see even maybe this game going to OT, and Tampa winning in OT. But Game 7's a whole different beast.
Yes.
That's when you start seeing tired legs and everything else. Plus, the game's in Colorado. It's up in that altitude. It'll start to get to you after a while. That's why I like them. I think Tampa wins tonight.
Tampa's not winning in Colorado, dude.
No, if Tampa wins tonight, Colorado's winning in Game 7. Like I took Colorado 4-3.
All the more reason why Tampa is going to win tonight. All the more reason.
Yeah. I think they're going to win tonight, but I don't think they're winning the series. They're not. I as much as I don't agree with John most of the time, it's hard. Like they got their 1 win there, and I think that's it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think you hit this beginning of the series. You said that that Colorado was going to take this whole thing, and for me, I was just getting off the high of Tampa Bay just taking care of the Rangers. And the way they answered to the Rangers, I was like, oh, there's no way no one can beat this team. They're going to 3-peat it, and just the way Colorado is just. Like I said, they went against an Oilers team, and with all the hype around the world with Connor McDavid, just ran him over.
Listen, the Oilers were only a 2-person team. It's McDavid and Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. That's it. They had no goaltending. They weren't going to stick around with the Avs.
No, not at all. I totally agree with you.
The only team that I really felt like could give Colorado a run for their money in that series was 2 teams. I thought St. Louis could, and St. Louis probably played them the toughest. St. Louis and Calgary. If Calgary would have gotten by, Edmonton, I think they would have gave it to them. They would have gave them a good series.
I'm hoping for a Game 7. I love Game 7s. But if Colorado wins tonight, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, because I'm going to lose my bet.
Let me ask you, Mike, is Colorado going to be the new team to beat in the NHL, or is it?
Oh, of course.
Or is this going to be Tampa, still the Tampa era?
No.
This is going to be
once Colorado wins this, you can put Tampa.
The torch?
Yeah, I think they passed the torch. Now, listen, Colorado's been built for a couple of years now to win the Cup. So,
right,
I could see them, the Western Conference is not that strong. I do like St. Louis. I do like Calgary. But Calgary's in a state of flux because of their guys. They got to pay some certain guys, and there's not a lot of money there to be paid. Keep your eye out on Dallas Stars.
Yes.
Keep your eye out on Dallas Stars. Dallas Stars. Minnesota, while Minnesota's always there, I don't know what's up with them though. Like they played really good during the regular season, and it's just like they kind of
fill her out. They fizzle
they
out.
fill her out in the playoffs all the time.
They do.
But Colorado,
Colorado's
definitely the team that's going to be.
Yeah,
it's going to be them for a while.
What's that kid, Valesky or whatever? The goaltender.
Yeah, Vasilevsky.
You know, he's an animal. He's an animal. He again a two-goal night for him. He's nasty, man. He's a nasty player, and like what Austin was saying last week, he might be the MVP.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's having a great series. He's having a great playoffs, man.
Yeah, and
this has probably been the most exciting hockey playoffs I've seen in a long time.
Yes, and to Tampa though, like to me, Tampa's got, like I said, their goaltending might be over his head. He got all this hype once they climbed over the Rangers, and to me, and he looked very good in the opening.
Kucherov looks average. He looks average in this series.
Yeah, he looked very good on the opening. It looked like shutting down everything. But man, once Colorado gets going, man, they're like prawns in a tank. They'll just attack. Even though like the one ricocheted and went into his post and all that. Like the silly plays are getting through him, and like I think he might be too much in his head right now. I think that's where he's at.
I'll tell you what, that goal that ended game was it game 4 or was it game 4 or game 5? The one that went up underneath the crossbar.
Yes.
Overtime. Dude, that was a hell of a shot. Yeah. And I don't know what took them so long to review that. Like you've seen it.
Right.
It was a goal. I'm scratching my head, and then like I was listening to was it Cooper, the coach for Tampa?
Yes.
He was like, I'm not sure if it went. I'm like, how are you not sure that you see clear as day beat your goaltender?
Yeah,
I mean that's one of those ones you just tip your cap and go ahead.
Yeah, they like I said, they got a lot to. Like I said, they might be over their heads, like I said, but obviously Colorado just needs to stay away from the sin bin because, like I said, you don't want that power play unit coming out. That's a nasty. I don't care who you got. That's a nasty power play unit that they got. You know what I mean? You don't want to fall short to that. But like I said, they great series. I hope it goes to 7. Give us one more night of hockey. I love it. It's obviously, like I said, it's you're in my wheelhouse. I listen, like I said, again, I listen to you on your show over there Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Mike's Ford for 4 with you and Nate Miller. And both of you guys are great. You love your hockey because it does. It always, to me, other than the one game it was like 7-0, it always comes in that one goal effect. It always does. It'll make you or break you in this game.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Tampa's defense has been kind of like where's Victor Hedman? Where's Victor Hedman been in this series?
Yeah, because maybe they got fatigued from the Ranger series because
listen, those guys in Tampa. I told you they're fat and happy, bro. Like they've already won it back to back. So yeah, they know what it takes, but the hunger to try to go for a third, like sometimes it just dissipates. Like they got there. They were hungry enough to beat the Rangers. That's only because the Rangers were young. They're young and up and coming. Trust me, the Rangers are going to be hard to deal with too for the next few years. And that sucks saying as a Flyers fan.
Yes.
But they're going to be like the new Penguins, dude. I'm gonna tell you that now.
And what's that kid? Zage, I forget how to pronounce his name. Something.
Mika.
Yeah, Mika Zaljak.
Yeah.
Yo, a one-man army out there. But Tampa, like I said, Tampa's got 3 stars. But like I said, that's all fine and dandy. But we got, Tampa's got 4 lines that click, and they don't stop.
Colorado's got 4 lines that click. Yeah.
Yeah, Colorado's got 4.
Yeah, I mean, like I said,
Flyers have nothing that clicks.
They will, Johnny. They will, Johnny. Give them a chance. Just give them a chance.
I heard.
Talk to me in 5 years.
It might be that. It might be longer. I think it might be till
What's a better chance, the Flyers winning a cup or what's his name, Ed Snyder coming back from the grave?
Ed Snyder. But anyway, let's like I said, back to the cup talk here, man. Like I said, this I'm with you. They might be just pass on the new torch here. here goes a couple things that that's Gus from earlier. Here goes one from your man Steve from B-Town. Colorado has to end it tonight. Teams at home give 7. Oh, right. Right. Not fair as of lately. Right. I totally agree with him. Colorado.
I just wanted to go 7 games for my personal thing. But other than that, if Colorado went to tonight, I wouldn't, I'd just be out a couple bucks.
So he thinks if Tampa wins tonight at home, they're going to catch wind and go on the road.
Tampa's not winning 3 in a row. Tampa's not going to win 3 games in a row.
No, I mean, look, their backs against the wall now. I mean, all Tampa really Colorado has to do is make this, hit them with the TKO, and it's over. And
right. And I'm just saying though, like it's going to be very hard. Like I don't think Colorado's lost 3 games all season. Like so, I don't think they're going to lose 3 games in a row in the Cup final.
Right.
That would be an epic collapse, dude. That would be a collapse.
It will be an epic collapse. And like I said, you don't want to get into, like I said, pound for pound, Colorado's got your number. Colorado's got their number. And like I said, if Tampa somehow, beats this and wins all this, yeah, you would have to put them in there in your top 5.
I'll tell you what, though, if that were to happen,
yes, that
would be a hurt.
And here goes a question for you, Mike. So, say Tampa does win, and I know we talked a lot about this last week about where would rank Golden State. Where would you rank Tampa Bay? I mean, you had the Islanders in the late 80s.
Well, Islanders, and then you had the Oilers, but it wasn't
Montreal,
but it wasn't consecutive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The Penguins.
The Penguins weren't consecutive.
No, not consecutive, but as a dynasty franchise.
Well, then no, you'd have to put them like right behind the Islanders and the Oilers, only because they did it consecutively. I mean, even the Oilers didn't do it consecutively, though. They kind of broke it apart. So, right.
Yeah, I agree with you.
They didn't lose until last game, right?
Game.
Right. So, like I said, I don't. Even if Tampa does win tonight, they're not going to lose, man.
No,
I don't think Colorado's going to lose.
No,
in Game 7.
I can't see that. And like I said, the front office, Joe Sakic, knows everything about winning. Again, a guy who's beaten. I know you and I remember that Dynasty's, Red Wings team that took care of us in the playoffs that following year. Joe Sakic and those boys took care of the Red Wings.
Oh, but hold on. That team, those Avalanche teams were stacked with players. And dude, that was listen.
Forsberg.
Listen, I used to love back then. Like that could be a Sully Squad show. Like talking about hockey playoffs in the mid '90s.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You had Red Wings, Blackhawks that used to be really good. You had Boston, Montreal used to be really good.
Yes.
Rangers, Devils.
Yeah.
Rangers, Devils used to be really good. Flyers, Penguins. You had Colorado,
Flyers, Devils. Flyers, Devils.
I remember. I saw some. It was a documentary. You can watch it on YouTube.
Hockey will never be as good as it was in the '90s.
I don't know.
The game's changed.
Yeah, it's all skilled now.
Yeah, it's all
the game
finesse.
The game needs a change because right now, to be honest with you, the game is boring. The game is honestly boring.
I don't know. I find it more exciting now. I don't know.
The playoffs have been, but the regular season, like, dude, back in the 90s,
season is atrocious. It's boring.
Yeah, like back in the 90s, dude. If you watched, even up into the early 2000s, you would like. I would get a pizza and come home and watch fucking.
I'd rather watch Patty sausage all day.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan of the meat.
Listen, I'm serious. Back in the 90s, I would get we'd order a pizza, me and my friends, and we'd sit around and watch Blackhawks and Detroit play, or Blackhawks and the Blues. Like it would be on National Hockey Night. We would gather around to watch that because you got to see guys play like Tony Amani, Jeremy Roenick, and Dougie Gilmour from the Blues. Like it's not there anymore.
No,
like those games, there was hatred there. Like if you had a Blackhawks jersey on, you didn't like the Stars, you didn't like the Red Wings, you didn't like Toronto.
And I think, to your point though, Mike, for the overall scene for all 4 for 4, man, That's what it was like back in the day. There's guys. I mean, still to this
because
day,
they've taken physicality away from all the
out of it,
out of the league.
Not just that, but I mean, like again, like you hear what's his name? I can't say. He's got pig face. He used to be an analyst for Mike Mulberry.
Mike Mulberry.
He hates the Flyers with a passion until he goes to the grave. I mean, same thing with guys. The Paul Pierces of the world hate the Sixers. You know what I mean? Like to them, it's like a code of honor, and they carry that stuff to the grave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bobby
Clark.
There's the rivalries in the NBA are dead. The rivalries in the
right.
It's cliche. Oh, I hate that. You know what I mean? But there's nothing there.
Listen, if you go to Boston, right? You go there for a Flyers Bruins game. There are people there that still hate Bobby Clark.
Yeah.
Like, no bullshit. Dude, we came walking out of a Burger King right across from the Fleet Center. We had our Flyers jersey on. Some old Bostonian dude, God bless his heart, walked right up to me and goes, Bobby Clark's a cheap shot artist. I loved him. I looked at him, I said,
then you're talking about the hardcore fan. This generation, this generation of fans suck.
Yeah, but
that's in all sports right now, man.
Yeah. I mean, but the last one to do it really is Jimmy Rollins. Like J-Roll can't stand the Mets. I mean, he hates them, and that he carries that on his sleeve. And like I said, it's like a badge of honor for these guys, man. The old rivalries were great, man. Like guys getting each other's grills and all that stuff. And now,
dude, Phillies Mets games back in like the late '80s, dude, they used to be great. Like I remember when the Mets were really, really good, and like I remember they came here. It was in '86. I remember me and my brother, man, we had tickets for the whole series, and the Mets needed to win one game to pop the champagne for the division, and the Phillies swept them. They swept them. They said, get out. They said, no, you're not popping the champagne here. And it was really funny because the Mets left here, went to Pittsburgh, and the Pirates beat them the first two games. And so they had to wait like 5-6 games because the Phillies and the Pirates were like, no, you're not popping it here. But the last game in Pittsburgh,
also the problem is you don't have the player like back in the 90s. You had the players you like hated on the other team. Like today, like you look at the Eagles-Dallas rivalry. I mean, it's still Eagles-Dallas, but there's not hatred there like there was with Evan Smith and Michael Irvin and Troy Aikman.
Right, because it's free agency. Guys move teams now much.
Unfortunately, I don't think we're never going to see that type of. We're never going to see that again.
No, and I agree with you on that one.
It's just like you say, you know what I mean? It's just like, oh, I hate Dallas, but it's not that you don't have that
badge of honor.
You don't hate that person on Dallas.
Yeah, it's not like I can't wait to play these you know what I mean? It's not. It's not. It's honestly, it's just not there.
Not there at all. But look, not to shift gears here. We got one more segment to get into. The 76ers had their draft on Thursday night.
So,
and I was shocked I didn't get a phone call.
Why is that?
Because I thought I was going to be picked.
Oh no! Right. Right. I thought you're right. I think they need a towel boy.
I was literally sitting by the phone waiting
for a jockstrap boy. They could use one. Anyone handing out jockstraps, John would be perfect for it. But anyway, easy, Mike. Anyway,
the Zingers are breaking out left and right on this one this morning, aren't they?
The Sixers did not make a move. They wind up trading out their spot for.
Can we talk about this franchise is just a fucking clusterfuck?
Why so mad, John? Now tell me why you're not happy with the move. I'm happy. I love it.
They've done nothing to improve this team. It's going to be the same garbage next year. Like, all right, so they'll win their normal amount of regular season games, get to the playoffs, and same shit as last year.
Mike, now
listen, I like the trade. I actually liked it.
I love it too. I love it too.
I like it because they got something that they needed, which was a swing man who can play defense, and the guy can hit threes. And they got rid of Danny Green. The guy's not going to play next year. He had a late.
Yes, I totally agree.
You got him. You basically traded Danny Green for this dude, and Danny Green's not going to play 1 minute for the Memphis Grizzlies.
No, I totally agree with you. Right, and you moved on from you got D'Anthony Milton from the Grizzlies. You traded for, like you said, you got rid of Danny Green off your payroll. You got Okay,
all right, that's a good move.
That is a good move. But you got a backup point guard who is still growing his league. This is only his 4th year. He was originally drafted by the Phoenix Suns. He spent 3 years with the Grizzlies. So again,
we are still nowhere on the level of the old Golden State Warriors.
Dude, nobody's on the level of Golden State. No. Golden State's on their own level, man. They're on their own level.
I mean,
okay,
we're not winning anything.
The only team that's close. The only team that's close.
And we're going to have another year of old Harden, and it's going to be the same garbage. There's no excitement for the Sixers upcoming this year.
To your point, John, you're concerned with you're concerned with the players around.
They don't have enough. They have Embiid, who's going to be another year older. You're going to have to worry about him getting hurt like you do every season.
I got a question for you. And then, I got a question for you guys.
What's that?
How soon before the Sixers trade Embiid?
Probably, you know what? They don't do anything I could see after the season.
Here goes one from Steve that's been buzzing around Philadelphia. The Sixers can get Kyrie. Looks like he wants out of Brooklyn.
No, I don't want him.
I don't want him.
He's a cancer. I don't want him.
I don't want him. I'll take Durant over him.
That dude just cried.
I'd rather take Kevin Durant than Kyrie.
That's what another thing's been buzzing around Philadelphia. KD, all these open doors are coming. But to me, if you don't pair them all, you have to get KD now.
Well, I'm telling you now, if the Nets offer KD, you're kissing Maxey goodbye because
KD's at the
they're
end.
Not going to take nothing.
Yeah. KD,
we get all these guys like at the end when it doesn't.
The Flyers mentality.
We get Harden when we should have had him like 4 or 5 years ago.
Well, 4 or 5 years ago, we didn't have.
Look, we get Chris Webber at the when he's at the very end. It's like it doesn't do anything. Like. I have no excitement for
but I actually like the Sixers move, though, because you're helping out a bench that needed help, okay?
All right, so you help the bench. They just don't have.
Listen, the biggest issue with the Sixers wasn't their starting 5. Their biggest issue was their bench. They had no bench. They got to go out and they got to stockpile their bench. Now, one thing is DeAndre Drummond is a free agent, so they can likely probably reacquire him. So that would be good. I'm not digging like PJ Tucker. I don't want PJ Tucker here.
No. I don't want him here in the worst.
I don't mind Eric Gordon, though. Eric Gordon's not a bad player. He's somebody who can come off the bench. He's better than anybody else you got on the bench.
Still very young.
So I would like, like a lot of people are making like these big, because they played for Houston. Well, if they played for Houston, that means Morey knows them. So, why you would feel more comfortable with some of the guys that you knew. And they're all like, oh, well, we're just going to be known as the Philadelphia Rockets. Well, remember, the Rockets didn't have a big guy like Joel Embiid. So, if you're bringing some of these guys in, you got to add Embiid into that effect.
Yeah, but like I said, Embiid goes down, then the season's done. You don't have anything.
No, but
not if they go back and get Andre Drummond, they won't be. It won't be.
No, right. You're not going to get that consistent game play, but really, a guy who can hold his own in the paint, I'd rather have that, or like you said, an Aaron Gordon.
I like what Morey's doing. I think he's playing it smart. And here's the thing, too. Like, we got to wait and see how much Harden really signs for. If they can talk him out of dropping down his price a little bit, which, if you listen to his press conference, he said, I'm willing to do whatever it takes for – the dude wants to win a chip, and he feels his best way of winning a chip is being here. Like, stop and think about that for a second. Like, he could have went anywhere in the NBA. He could have went to Milwaukee. He could have stayed in Brooklyn. He chose to come here. He chose to want to get traded here because he sees something.
To play devil's advocate to John's point, he's going to, again, another guy, great in the regular season. Playoff time, another one, back of the middle card, nowhere to be found. We need him.
Well, no, you can't say that because he did have a good. He showed up in a couple games in the Miami series. Listen, his game had to change. Came off an injury. Once he had that injury, he was not the same person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He got injured the last 2 years. Look when he first showed up in Brooklyn, the dude was lights out, and that was only a year ago. So I'm sorry. No, I'm feeling these injuries have. I think there was a lot more than what.
Yeah, but he's another year older.
So, but he could still ball, dude. He's the same age as LeBron. Like
talent. You don't
think LeBron could still ball?
Have no age expect.
LeBron,
like
tell LeBron's not. LeBron's not winning another championship.
If LeBron wanted to come to the Sixers right now, you would take it. You would sign up for it because he would make Joel Embiid that much better.
Yeah,
I would take LeBron over Harden.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, I would too, but I'm just saying right now he's not that option. But like the way I'm looking at it, like Harden, I don't think, like I said, I think Harden needs. I think he knew that he was out of shape. I think he kind of got a wake up call because you have a lot of money that you're being left on the table, and the Sixers, to their credit, they're not looking at him going, "Yo, dude, we're not going to give you past this year." But like, you got to come down some. You know what I mean? Like, he may get a 2-year contract, maybe a 3-year, but you can guarantee that last year is going to be a team option, not a player option.
Right, and I think that's what you want to get, a team
option. Listen, if you can get him for, say, 3 years and $60 million, I think that's a great deal considering he was going to get 1 year for 47.
Right, and like I said, and you chop that down some, you work something out. Then, like I said, start bringing some guys in. But
like Harden's made his money. Like he doesn't need this max contract. No, and that's why if you listen to what he says, if you listen to his exit interview, the first he said, "I will do whatever it takes for us to win." So now you got to hold him accountable to that. You got to say, "All right, listen, you said you were going to take whatever. This is what we need for you to do. You're still going to get your money. You just give it to him in the first 2 years. You tell him, like, look, we're going to front load this for you. This back end we need to help out."
Right. So let me ask you, Mike, this is the scary part because you alluded to this earlier with the Rangers. Are now you're still with the Celtics now? They were just on the doorstep of winning a championship. How much does it scare you now, and how much are we back from them?
I don't think we're that far back from them. I don't. I really don't. Like, a lot of people think the Sixers are, the Sixers are this guy. The Sixers are a couple bench pieces away. If the Sixers had a stronger bench, dude, the Sixers would have gotten to the finals. They would have gotten to the finals this year. Even with Embiid with a broken face, they would have got it. They had no bench.
I'll agree with that.
And like you said, too, and that's another issue. Joe Embiid was fighting with an injury. He had a mangled face.
He had a mangled face. He had a mangled thumb. But in all honesty, one thing I'm really starting to get a little the one thing I'm really starting to get a little sick of is Embiid pointing the finger at everybody else. Yo, dude, can you stay healthy for a full year?
Yeah, and
like really, the only thing you stop getting like this is the only dude I know that broke his face twice in the playoffs.
Yeah, right. And then the other thing I don't like, besides that, in his press conference, he's crying for Jimmy Butler after 3 years. Still crying for him.
Yeah, that's no excuse. That was pathetic. Him crying for Jimmy Butler. Dude, like.
Well, listen, you know what? He had every right to. I mean, the Sixers did Jimmy wrong.
Well, no, you should be demanding what we need to do to get better, not crying about Jimmy Butler.
Well, he was
crying. In all fairness, he was answering a question. In all fairness, like a lot of people took that way out of context. He was answering a question about Butler. So, somebody asked him a question, he answered it. But I mean, who wouldn't want Jimmy Butler back on this team? I didn't want Jimmy Butler to leave.
No,
they gave Tobias Harris the max contract instead of Jimmy.
Yeah,
why? Because Brett Brown.
Right, and like I said, that's the thing to me. What is Jimmy Butler going to? Not Jimmy Butler. What's MB going to do from here? Like I said, hopefully he'll be better when the season starts and all that good stuff. But like you said, we just need more.
I would like to see them try to make a trade and get Butler back. To be honest,
I don't know why the Sixers didn't go to Jimmy Butler privately and say, "Hey, look, we're getting rid of Brett Brown."
Because they didn't know they were getting rid of Brett Brown then. Listen, you want to watch something really good? Go watch the JJ Redick podcast with Jimmy Butler on it. It's a couple years old. Listen to that podcast. It'll tell you everything you need to know about Brett Brown, dude. That guy.
No. But what I'm saying is the Sixers should have went to Jimmy Butler
because they weren't ready to fire Brett Brown yet. Brett Brown didn't leave for another year.
Didn't they?
No,
they fire him?
No, it was a whole year after Jimmy left.
Oh, was it all?
Yeah, but he only had one. He only had one motive in mind. What I've been told is he just wanted to go to South Beach. It doesn't matter who was coming or one or the other. He had plans.
No, he would have stayed. He would have stayed with the Sixers if they offered him a max contract. They didn't offer him a max. They offered him they gave it to Tobias Harris. So when they did that, he was like, I'm out.
Right, but and you also heard him though. I can't, I don't know how true that is because you heard him right after the game. After he swept the Sixers, he goes, Tobias, right? Ben Simmons, right? Like all the rumors that we heard about the rumblings and getting traded. Like he had one mission is to to destroy the Sixers.
And
he did on our core. He did. He wanted to sweep the Sixers, take care of the Sixers in the worst way.
Well, listen, and you know what? That's one now. But I mean, I understand he was angry about that, but he was actually angry at the wrong regime. It was the old regime that let him go. You know what I mean? Like, to be honest with you, it wasn't Daryl Morey. It wasn't Daryl Morey that got rid of Jimmy Butler and didn't want to re-sign him.
But to your point of, Doc wasn't there when that happened, so you can't blame Doc either. You know what I mean? You can't blame nothing.
Yeah, because it didn't make sense when at the end of the game he's like Tobias over me, but you wanted to leave. So
you're right. So, anyways, back to the Sixers outlook though. How do you feel about this? Like I said, you're not too happy about it. Mike and I are actually again in the same canoe. We're happy about this. We because we see the bench upgrading.
You got rid of Danny Green's contract, and you're solidifying your bench. Like let them keep solidifying the bench.
The only thing I'm happy about is we don't have to hear anything about Ben Simmons. That's the only thing I'm happy about.
Yeah.
But anyway, like I said,
come on, knee boy.
Anyway, the Sixers have
that's the sound you make when you're on your knees, isn't it?
Yes. Anyway, the Sixers here. The Sixers again.
I ain't had enough coffee for these.
No. There's motor mouth on his knees.
I need to get some coffee.
Anyway, like I said, the Sixers. Like I said, they upgraded to me. They'll be maybe your 4 seed again. Nothing. Again, are they going to be able to climb out of the second seed? Too much. We still have a lot of summer left, which means they have a lot of moves to make. So. Well, the Sixers make a big splash, but like you said, the most important, they got rid of Danny Green. They, uploaded their bench. What else needs to be done? What else needs to be done? Other than like John was saying earlier, you need more gameplay out of James Harden. You need more game, and you need your.
Oh, I can tell you what's going to be left. I mean, they're going to get rid of Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris is going. Him and Thibault are going.
You think they're on the?
I don't know where. I don't know where they're going, but they're going.
Now, let me ask you a question. And I know he's not moving anywhere, but do you think they should move on from Doc?
Yeah, I thought they should have moved on from Doc.
This is probably the last season for Doc.
I'm surprised. I'm going to be real honest with you. I'm surprised he didn't get the Laker job. I'm really surprised.
Well, maybe the Lakers don't want him. So
no, I thought didn't LeBron want him?
Yeah, LeBron wanted Doc there, and that's why I'm really surprised that he did. I was waiting for that. Hey, I'm leaving. But
Doc's on the hot seat this season. If they don't do it, Doc's gone after this season.
Yeah, I think so. Besides, you know who I want? The guy I want coaching the Sixers is there right now. That's Sam Cassell.
Yeah, you've been knocking on that door for quite some time now.
Maybe in a year, maybe knock on Jay Wright's door.
No, Jay Wright's not going to coach the NBA.
No,
he might. You don't know that. You don't know what he wants.
Dude, he's already turned it down. Dude, he got offered $100 million contract.
Hey, I would. If I were the Sixers, I'd at least talk to him.
Oh yeah, you can do your due diligence, but he turned down $100 million from the Lakers, dude.
I know, but he made 1 year. You don't know what.
No, I'm in the same boat, and like I say, the future you never know. But I'm with the same ballpark as Mike here. They've knocked on his door as soon as they got rid of Brett Brown. No answer.
Sixers knocked on his door. The Lakers and the Knicks. I think the Knicks offered him $120 for 7 years, dude.
No.
Jay Wright, they offered him $120 for 7 years, and he turned them down. He's like, "No, I'm good. I'm going to come here at Villanova."
To me, he's the Nick Saban.
No, I'd be if the Sixers went with Sam Cassell, I'd be fine with that.
Dude, Sam Cassell's a good coach, man. I would like to see the Sixers give him a shot.
I'd give him a shot just to see.
You don't need a big name.
No, you don't need a big
name. Sometimes the non-big names are the ones that are the winners.
The non-big names make the most impact.
I mean, Sam's a big name because he played in the NBA forever.
Yeah, he was a solid player.
Yeah, he was a solid player. So give him a shot. You know what I mean? But yeah, up until then,
hey, but
I just want to see them continue.
We got the real big news coming up, fellas.
What's that?
A week or two training camp.
Oh, I don't say I got my pants on.
No, it's nothing
No,
right.
that's small news. Small news.
No. But anyway, look.
Wow, look at the time.
Yes.
Look at the time.
Yeah.
Pat's got to change his underwear.
I don't have no underwear.
Oh, God, never mind.
What's your meal for the day, knuckleheads?
Yes. What is the meal? Like I said, Slate. Are you gonna? First of all, Mike, are you gonna go with Phillies? Are you gonna go Stanley Cup? What's the TV going to today? Are you gonna go AEW Forbidden Door?
No. I stopped watching wrestling pay-per-views a while ago.
Pat
I'm gonna go.
wants something cream-filled.
Yes, and you know what?
Well, you're right there at Starbucks. Go get a donut. Maybe some hot apple
That's
pie.
your problem, Mike. You don't like watching men in tights anymore like I do.
Oh, God.
Nope.
Anyway,
dude. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do Phil's.
You got a parade to march in somewhere. Isn't it that month?
Yes. They call me the Rainbow Warrior.
Oh, God.
But anyways, Mike. Yeah, what are you doing for the Phils, man? What kind of meal we got coming for the Phils?
Well, since you guys are already talking, Rainbow Men, my best thing to do is to make some hot dogs.
Yes,
Pat loves a good hot dog.
I love a good wiener.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna do hot dogs and hot sausages. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, right up my alley.
Oh, speaking of new places I came across.
Nude?
No, new. Listen,
I thought you said nude.
I was shocked. I did a DoorDash the other day. It's called Rocco's Italian Sausages and Cheesesteaks, right by the Leo Mall, the Home Depot that's there,
Okay.
right next to the Home Depot. It's like a Gino's type place. They gave me a sample of the sausage. It was really good, actually.
Wait, you got a sample of a sausage and I didn't?
Yes, I did.
So
Rocco's Italian Sausages
we're
and
at.
Cheesesteaks, right at the Home Depot at Bustleton and Byberry area.
Well, there you go. So you know what he's having. You know what you're having. And the old lady's making some mac and cheese. We're going to switch it up. We're going to have some mac and cheese. And
That's it?
No, we're going to have some mac and cheese and some chicken, I believe.
Fried?
Dude, with your mac and cheese, Pat, get a little bit of hot sauce and put it in your mac and cheese, bro. Mwah, it's awesome.
I'm not a hot sauce guy.
No, Wawa. They're
How are you
Buffalo.
Italian?
Their Buffalo mac and cheese is good.
I like anything else.
Actually,
How are you
who
Italian?
has good? You know who has really good mac and cheese? Chick-fil-A.
I got one right across the street, but they're closed on Sunday. How are you Italian, Pat? You
Well,
don't
I
eat
like
nothing
anything hot besides sauce.
He likes sausage.
Bingo. I mean, anyways.
Turn in your Italian card, bro. Turn it in.
You sound like my old man, because I don't like eating olives.
They should have used him as Vito in Sopranos.
Oh,
Easy there, Johnny Cakes. But anyway, guys, have a great morning. Tomorrow, matter of fact, actually 11 a.m., I got the Loudon's Lounge. If you guys are looking to get, start hitting, getting in shape and all that good stuff. By the way, we got the Solar Squad tomorrow at 6 p.m. But more importantly, we got our man Mike Laro here, doing his Big Mike's 4-4 Locker on Thursday night at the Out of the Box podcast. Check him out. Again, great show.
I don't know what I'm going to talk about this week. I don't know.
Yeah, and look,
training camp's around the corner, buddy.
We're pretty much, we'll be diving into training camp once the Sailing Cup's over. We'll be turning the tables towards more bird talk. I love talking about birds.
Oh, he loves birds. He loves all sizes of birds.
Especially that guy Cox. But anyway, guys, have a great morning.
He misses Chris Long, too. Long Cox.
I'm sure he does.
And Alan Gerthy.
Oh, God.
But anyway, guys, have a great morning.
Supposed to be PG rated.
Yeah. Well, we were blown that coverage. Anyway,
get out of here.
Anyway, have a great morning. See you.
See you.